Our planet is changing. The signs are everywhere, from the shifting weather patterns to the rising sea levels. The urgency to act has never been more apparent. Not just the climate, but the very fabric of human existence is undergoing a transformation. Communities are feeling the strain, and the future seems uncertain. The year 2030 seems a lifetime away, yet it approaches with unsettling speed. Each passing day brings us closer to a pivotal moment in history. This is the year earmarked for the United Nations' ambitious plan, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, a blueprint designed to address the world's most pressing challenges. On the surface, it promises a utopia, a world without poverty, hunger, or disease, a vision where every individual can thrive and live a life of dignity. But beneath this veneer of progress lies a more unsettling reality. The path to this utopia is fraught with complexities and potential pitfalls, a future where individual liberty could be sacrificed on the altar of global governance. The balance between collective good and personal freedom is delicate and precarious. This agenda, with its laudable goals, has raised red flags for many. Critics argue that the means to achieve these ends could lead to unintended consequences. They see not a world of shared prosperity but a world of unprecedented control. A society where surveillance and regulation become the norm, a world where individual nations cede power to unelected global entities. The sovereignty of nations could be undermined in the pursuit of global objectives. A world where personal freedoms are slowly, silently eroded. The very rights that define our humanity could be at risk. The question arises, is this the future we want? Are we willing to trade our freedoms for the promise of a better world? Or is it a future being crafted for us, without our consent? The stakes are high and the implications profound. The 2030 Agenda encompasses a vast array of initiatives, from eradicating poverty to combating climate change. Each goal is interconnected, creating a complex web of actions and consequences. It calls for a fundamental restructuring of global systems, economic, social, and environmental. The scale of change required is unprecedented. While these goals may seem admirable, the methods proposed to achieve them have sparked considerable debate. The dialogue is intense, with passionate arguments on all sides. Some fear that the pursuit of these goals could inadvertently pave the way for a world where individual liberty is compromised in the name of collective good. The stakes are high, and the potential for unintended consequences is significant. The choices we make today will determine the course of human history. Our actions, decisions, and priorities will shape the world for generations to come. Will we embrace a future where individual freedom is paramount? A world where each person has the opportunity to flourish without undue interference? Or will we sleepwalk into a world where our lives are increasingly managed by unseen forces? A reality where autonomy is a distant memory? The answers lie not in blind acceptance but in critical thinking, open dialogue, and a steadfast commitment to safeguarding the values that truly matter. It is through thoughtful consideration and active participation that we can navigate the complexities of the future. Control, in its most insidious form, is often invisible. It lurks in the shadows, subtly influencing our every move, our every thought, without us even being aware of its presence. It operates through subtle mechanisms, shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors without us even realizing it. These mechanisms are woven into the very fabric of our daily lives, from the screens we stare at to the streets we walk down. We are herded like sheep, gently guided down predetermined paths, our perception of free will carefully maintained. The illusion of choice is a powerful tool, making us believe we are in control when in reality, our options are often limited and manipulated. Governments around the world have at their disposal an arsenal of tools for shaping public opinion and directing behavior. These tools range from overt propaganda to more covert forms of influence, all designed to maintain control over the populace. These tools are increasingly sophisticated, leveraging the power of technology and the pervasiveness of media. Advanced algorithms analyze our data, predicting and influencing our actions with uncanny accuracy. From mass surveillance to algorithmic censorship, the lines between governance and control are becoming increasingly blurred. Our digital footprints are meticulously tracked and our online interactions are carefully monitored. One of the most potent tools of control is fear. Fear can paralyze us, making us more susceptible to manipulation and control. When people are afraid, they are more likely to surrender their freedoms in exchange for the promise of security. This trade-off is often presented as a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. This fear is often cultivated and amplified by the media, which bombards us with a constant stream of negative news stories, creating a pervasive sense of anxiety and uncertainty. The media's role in shaping our perceptions cannot be underestimated. In this climate of fear, dissent is easily silenced. Those who challenge the status quo are quickly marginalized, their voices drowned out by the dominant narrative. Those who dare to question the official narrative are labeled as extremists, conspiracy theorists, or simply dismissed as misguided. This labeling serves to isolate and discredit dissenting voices. Critical thinking is discouraged and conformity is rewarded. The education system and corporate culture both play roles in promoting uniformity and discouraging independent thought. But even in the face of such pervasive control, the human spirit yearns for freedom. The desire to break free from these invisible chains is a powerful force. The question is, will we recognize the chains that bind us before it's too late? Will we have the courage to challenge the mechanisms of control and reclaim our autonomy? The answer lies within each of us, in our willingness to see beyond the illusion and strive for true freedom. Look up at the sky on a clear day. What do you see? Is it just the vast blue expanse, or is there something more? For many, it's no longer just the blue expanse and the fluffy white clouds drifting lazily across the horizon. There's something else. Long, lingering trails crisscrossing the heavens, spreading out slowly to form a milky haze that seems to hang in the air. These are not the contrails of passing jets, which typically dissipate quickly in the wind. These are what many refer to as chemtrails. The official narrative dismisses these concerns as unfounded, attributing them to mere conspiracy theories. Contrails, they say, are simply condensation trails left by aircraft engines, composed of water vapor and ice crystals. But the persistence of chemtrails, their unusual formations, and the sheer number of sightings around the world have fueled widespread skepticism and curiosity. Many believe these trails are evidence of something far more sinister, a large-scale atmospheric spraying program with potentially devastating consequences for the environment and human health. Theories abound about the purpose of chemtrails, each more intriguing and alarming than the last. Some believe they are part of a global geoengineering program to combat climate change, reflecting sunlight back into space to cool the planet and mitigate global warming. Others suspect more nefarious motives, such as weather manipulation, population control, or even the deliberate spreading of harmful substances to weaken or control populations. Evidence is often anecdotal, making it difficult to prove or disprove these claims definitively. This lack of concrete evidence only adds to the mystery and controversy. What is clear, however, is that the skies above us are changing in ways that are both visible and measurable. Whether through deliberate action or unintended consequences, the composition of our atmosphere is being altered, and scientists are taking notice. The long-term effects of these changes are unknown, but some scientists warn of potential risks to human health, plant and animal life, and the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. The implications could be far-reaching and profound. The question remains, are we willing to gamble with the future of our planet and ourselves? As we look up at the sky, we must also look within and ask ourselves what kind of world we want to leave for future generations. The answers may not be easy, but they are necessary for the survival of our planet and all its inhabitants. Nanotechnology, the science of manipulating matter at the atomic and molecular level, holds immense promise. It has the potential to revolutionize medicine, manufacturing, and energy production. But like any powerful technology, it also carries inherent risks, especially when it falls into the wrong hands. Imagine a world where microscopic machines, invisible to the naked eye, could be injected into your bloodstream, monitoring your every move, manipulating your thoughts, or even controlling your bodily functions. This may sound like science fiction, but the reality is that nanotechnology has already advanced to the point where such scenarios are no longer beyond the realm of possibility. The potential applications of nanotechnology in surveillance and control are vast and unsettling. Nanobots could be used to track individuals, monitor their communications, and even influence their behavior. They could be deployed in the environment, collecting data, manipulating weather patterns, or even disabling electronic systems. The ethical implications of nanotechnology are profound. In the wrong hands, it could be used to create a dystopian future where individual privacy is non-existent and human autonomy is compromised. the development and deployment of nanotechnology must be approached with extreme caution and subject to rigorous ethical guidelines. The future of humanity may depend on it.